Hey everyone, welcome to Soul Whispers Tarot. I hope you've had a good week. I'm back again with another pick a card reading. This week's reading is what is this person's intentions? What are their intentions towards you? So thank you to everyone who has liked, shared and subscribed to the channel. I really appreciate it. And if you do subscribe, please tap the little bell icon and that will notify you every time I release a new reading, which is going to be every Friday. But having said that, I don't think I'm going to be able to do one for next week, but definitely the week after. So I've got 3 sets of cards. Set of cards number 1 is the blue stone. Set of cards number 2 is the citrine stone. And set of cards number 3 is the 2 chakra stones. So I'll give you a few moments to tune into the energies. And these messages are general, so take whatever resonates and leave the rest. Don't try and make the messages fit your individual situation if they're not resonating. And overall, always follow and trust your own intuition above anyone else's. Okay, so this is set of cards number 1, which is this blue stone. Not sure what it is, I can't remember. And this is the Rider-Waite Tarot, and I've got 2 Lovers Oracle cards as well. So what are the intentions of this person towards you? We have the 5 of Pentacles, the Page of Wands, the 3 of Wands in reverse, the 3 of Swords, and the Ace of Wands. Clarifying, we have the 7 of Wands in reverse, the Fool in reverse, the Ace of Swords in reverse, the 5 of Swords, and the Tower in reverse. And from the Lover's Oracle, we have Reflection and My Beloved. Okay, so what's this person's intentions? I feel as though there's been some separation between you with this 5 of Pentacles, especially with the Page of Wands next to that. There's been some kind of ending and beginning, a new start. One of you may have felt left out in the cold. You may have left this person out in the cold. They may have left you out in the cold. Maybe even both. Like maybe you found out something about them, or they chose to go in a different direction away from you, and so in turn you decided to do the same thing. Perhaps you felt like you were waiting for this person for a long time, but then you're not willing to wait anymore because you realized you were putting your life on hold. So I feel as though they feel left out in the cold. I do feel a lot of you walked away because you just felt as though this connection was really dragging you down. It was making you like emotionally impoverished. It was wearing you out, burning you out. You may have both suffered like a lot of hardship in this connection. But, you know, we have My Beloved card here as well. So it's really saying to me that you do have a deep connection. A lot of deep soul connections are about triggering our wounds in order to bring them to the surface. But obviously we need to be careful and, you know, not put up with any kind of abuse or anything like that. But nonetheless, deep soul connections bring out our shadow side in order for them to come into the light and be healed and released. So yeah, with this 5 of Pentacles being clarified by the 7 of Wands in reverse, there was some sort of fight. It felt like a struggle to hold this connection together, or hold some kind of dynamic together that you had in the past, which was probably dysfunctional. It was probably making you feel left out in the cold, or this other person, or both, because you are like reflections of each other with this reflection card. You're mirrors to each other is what I'm feeling. And so whatever dynamic was happening between you in the past, there may be an element of codependency there. And that's what was wanting to be released. So something may have felt like it created heartbreak, and it created a tower moment where some kind of false foundation or unstable foundation that you both built up around your connection or around holding on to this person or vice versa had to break down. There was something unhealthy, some unhealthy dynamic that had to fall away. For some of you, it's allowing things, it's created space for you to rebuild this connection in the light, in the truth, the new dawn after this storm. For others of you, it could be like you've completely moved on and are going in a new direction. For some of you, that there may have been some truth that you weren't willing to face for a long time. And again, it could be both of you. So I feel this person's intentions are to, it's like they're reluctantly walking away from you, like they don't want to. They feel like they're walking away from all this abundance and joy and happiness that they could have had with you. But it's like a sense of them knowing that this is a time of separation, a time of reflection, because this card says, give each other some space at the moment, trust and have faith that all will work out for the best. So it's like you're going in two different directions. But like I said, for a lot of you, it may be bringing you back together after healing has occurred. Like this is part of your soul contract to go through this time of healing individually. For others of you, it's like the dynamic of your connections changed. Like, for example, you may have been holding out for a romantic relationship, trying to make it work, but then it may be transitioning into a friendship instead. So after they're reluctantly walking away, and I do feel it might be because some of you threw in the towel, you're trying to, stand your ground, hold this connection together, and so were they. But in reverse, it's like everything became too much. You couldn't stop, like this tower moment. You couldn't stop the things that caused this to come crashing down. And, whatever was lost wasn't serving you. So after that, it's like their intentions are to maybe broaden their horizons and go in a new direction. But at the same time, there's still this element of fear, because there's the Fool in reverse. They don't want to take a leap of faith. I feel like they don't want to release you completely, but it's like they know the universe, or they know something's happened to force them to go inwards. Reflection. They know they have to do their inner work. They know they have to do their healing. Because maybe both of you were looking to each other, but really felt like this, wounded, and those wounds were like blocking you both from being in a higher vibration to be able to align like in a harmonious way. So their intentions right now, I feel, is to head in a new direction. But I still feel they're being cautious. I still feel like they're holding on to you in some kind of way. But it's like they're trusting, or some of them aren't, but some of them are trusting like their intuition that's saying this time of separation has to happen. There's no longer waiting. There may have been stagnation in your connection. Perhaps this person was needing to take a leap of faith in a new direction towards you, make a move on you or something like that. Or they needed some kind of huge nudge from the universe to take that leap of faith into doing their healing work. Perhaps they were resistant and afraid of doing that. So that's why this tower moment has happened, to force them inwards. So They may have been waiting and waiting and waiting for their ships to come in, for something to happen. They may have been, waiting for the universe to sort things out, or just, not fully taking responsibility. I feel like they weren't speaking their truth. With the Ace of Swords in reverse, like a fear of being assertive, a fear of making choices, a fear of cutting things out of their life which weren't serving them, a fear of truly being seen in their true self and communicating their true self. So they were waiting and waiting and waiting. But in reverse, it's like there's no longer this waiting, or they've realised that waiting around, not speaking their truth, is what's led to that Tower moment, which has led to this heartbreak within them. For some, this could be a third party situation. Maybe they chose someone else. Maybe you chose to be with someone else. It doesn't necessarily mean that. It could just mean heartbreak because something happened, because there was stubbornness and resistance. And again, I feel like your reflections. So, relationships always are a reflection of what's going on within ourselves as well. If you've walked away from them, they may be being a bit stubborn and thinking, I'm not going to wait around for you anymore. I'm going in this new direction. They may be trying to save face and put on a brave face, but really they're feeling this heartbreak. And they may be sort of acting out or sulking or pushing you away. And just trying to treat you like you've treated them through walking away or something like that. Overall, it was their lack of self-esteem, their heartbreak from their upbringing, from their conditioning, from past relationship issues with other people that had their heart like blocked, guarding their heart, pushing you away. But when they continually pushed you away, it's like they left you in this state of confusion. You no longer trusted in their validity. You no longer fully trusted in their reliability. Like they were unreliable. You didn't feel like you could count on them. And yeah, this person has the Ace of Wands, clarified by that Tower in reverse. When I see this is like their intention is to put on a brave face and a mask and be like, yeah, look at me, I'm going in this new direction. Everything's great. This new beginning's great. And it is, in a way, like it's helping them release codependency upon you, which wasn't helping. Codependency comes from a place of fear. And your connection couldn't be truly happy and harmonious as long as this fear was still lurking beneath the surface. But yeah, I feel like they're trying to resist like a total destruction of your connection, or they're trying to resist feeling their emotions. Or they may still be trying to do the same things and not communicate their truth. It's like slowly they're healing, but there's still this stubbornness. I feel this person goes inwards a lot with this reflection card. But it's like hiding in their shell. But we have my beloved. Though we may be physically apart, spiritually we are always united, for love transcends space and time. Nothing is missing. So they're still seeing you as their beloved, their soulmate, their twin flame. They don't want this separation. They're walking away because they have to at this time. Not, because they want to. And it is so they can let go of codependency. I feel their intention is also to have a passionate, new beginning with you. but there's a sense that they know at this time they need to create a new beginning within themselves, like a rebirth, a change in direction to help shift your connection forward as well. So I'm going to go into more depth in an extended reading on Vimeo, and the link to that is below this video in the description. So I really hope to see you over there on Vimeo. And I really hope this reading has been helpful and resonated with you. And if it has, then please like, share and subscribe. And if you subscribe, please tap the bell icon and that will notify you every time I release a new reading. So thank you so much, and I hope to see you over in Vimeo. So this is set of cards number 2, which is the citrine stone. And it's the Connolly Tarot, but I also have 2 Lovers Oracle cards as well. So what's this person's true intentions towards you? We have the 9 of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, the Knight of Cups, the 2 of Wands, and the Queen of Cups. So they've got a lot of loving emotions towards you. There's already 3 Cups cards here. So clarifying, we have the Sun, the 2 of Pentacles, the Hanged Man, the 7 of Pentacles, and the 3 of Pentacles. So I'm feeling a lot of positive energies when it comes to their intentions. We have these 2 cards here as well. They don't have a title on them, but I'll read those towards the end of this reading. So, their intentions towards you, they have the 9 of Cups. They see you as their dream come true. They want to be the dream person, dream partner, dream man or woman for you as well. I feel like they're open and expressive of their emotions. They want to be very generous with their emotions, with their time and with their energy. They feel like they can trust you. This is clarified by the Sun. They feel a lot of joy with you. They feel a lot of liberation. Some of them may have gone through some depression or unhappiness, and when they've met you, it's like you're their dream come true. They may have like prayed for you or, wished for you from the universe. And they want to be this light, this joy, this love with you as well. And again, to me, this is saying they're very open with you, and they like the openness of your connection that you share. Some of them, this could be, relate to children. They may want a family with you, but, take whatever resonates. You uplift them. They want to uplift you, they want this balance of everything. I just really feel like they want to share their time with you and be with you and be all this happiness. Like these pillars here and that reef reminds me of the 4 of Wands card in the traditional tarot as well. That's like the wedding card, or I often say it's like a gateway as well. Like your connection is a gateway to like the spirit realm, or it's like you've passed through this gateway together. You've reached like a checkpoint in your soul contract. Like this was a meeting that's supposed to happen. You're supposed to be together, and there's this sense of joy and like harvest and reaping the rewards of all the efforts you've put into healing yourself over the years. Wheel of Fortune, clarified by the 2 of Pentacles. So for some, there could be like some financial issues or something to do with like needing to find some kind of balance or resolution in their life to do with something. And they're wanting to close like that karmic cycle. They're wanting that karmic cycle to be over, to have learnt that lesson. So something in their life they're juggling. Again, Pentacles is often about finances, maybe trying to make ends meet. They're wanting the Wheel of Fortune, you know, they're wanting the fortune, they're wanting luck, or they're wanting like a positive turn of events, so they can be a balance of give and take with you in some kind of way, especially with this infinity symbol. But yeah, this card literally means being able to balance things and make ends meet and being on top of everything, being on top of things. So there may be some kind of stress for this person, but when they spend time with you, they feel this joy and this happiness, and you kind of liberate them from their worries or something like that. Wheel of Fortune, it could be like they feel a little bit out of control, or they feel it's all up to the universe. And when it comes to whatever kind of stability they're trying to achieve in their life. I feel like this person wants to be this Knight of Cups. This is like the knight in shining armor. It's like one of the most romantic characters in the tarot. They want to be like generous, offer their heart, have this balance of give and take. Perhaps it is again to do with finances for some of you. But this Knight of Cups is clarified by the Hanged Man. Like they feel like this aspect of them is on hold, like on pause. They want to be generous, they want to be giving. But they may feel as though something's on hold when it comes to that, because there is some kind of karmic cycle. And that's the ending of old cycles or old phases in their life in order to have a major new shift, a major new beginning. So whatever's like binding them to stress or making them feel stuck or trapped in their life, they're wanting that to end. But I also feel that they are very generous and they give whatever they can. Very emotionally open. I feel this person is, their intentions is to truly be there for you. But yeah, like I said, some kind of pause or... But the Hanged Man is about seeing things from a different perspective, because he purposely hangs himself upside down by the ankle in order to see things differently, see a broader perspective. And it's because major change, major positive change is coming to this person. More balance is coming into their life. But, you know, it's like, because it's such a major shift, they needed this time of pause. They needed some time of struggle, perhaps, in order to really force them to go inwards, in order to see things from a different perspective, or ask themselves, how can I broaden my horizons, which is what the Two of Wands is about. Again, this is another card saying they may be feeling stuck in their current circumstances, because in the traditional tarot it shows one of the wands is bolted to the wall and they're looking out longingly over the ocean and holding that globe. It's like they feel stuck on that balcony, but they're wanting to broaden their horizons. They're wanting freedom, movement, change. But there's a sense of a decision is needed to be made with this Two of Wands as well. Like, how they're asking themselves, how do I broaden my horizons? And that's also why they have that Hanged Man. They really are going inwards. They're having this self-reflection. How can I create balance as well? Because that's a Two. But yeah, there is a sense that they're waiting for this new beginning to come in. Like they're holding like one wand, which is saying they're wanting a new beginning, because it's like the Ace of Wands, and they're waiting for another wand to come in. So it's like they're ready for a new beginning and they're embracing it. So then they're also waiting for their manifestation, for this change to come in, for it to be like the right timing or divine timing. So yeah, this is clarified further with this Seven of Pentacles. This is all about taking a step back to look at what they're investing in, Again, decisions. Do I invest here? Do I invest there? What are my next steps? And their intentions, some of them, with that Two of Wands, there may literally be like a physical distance between you. There may be an ocean like separating you, and they're waiting to be able to travel towards you, or it could be like they just want to travel with you or something like that. But I just feel like on the back of their mind, like the whole time, there's this like some kind of burden to do with needing to make some major change in their life in whatever way. And they're seeing you as this Queen of Cups. That's the thing, you know, they may be seeing you as a queen and themselves as a knight, but it's like they're wanting to be a king. They're wanting to be like, feel like they're equally giving back to you, because they're seeing you as very open and generous and loving. Their goal is this Three of Pentacles. This is about working together. This is about having expertise and people looking up to them. Their goal, I feel, overall is spiritual as well, like a spiritual teacher or something like that, because the Three of Pentacles is all about them coming together to build a cathedral, which, you know, is like a cathedral is obviously a place where people can come together to learn and be spiritual. And it just said 11:11 on the video as I said that. So yeah, this person, what they may be trying to figure out is what is their purpose in life. How can they serve like the community, or how can they be more spiritual and get a message or their expertise across in order to build new things to help people, help community or something like that. And I feel like they want to work with in that way with you as well. So these two cards here, well, this one is really relevant. I've just noticed what it says. It says, if you could do anything, what would it be? The answer dwells in your heart, not in your mind, for the heart is the gateway to the soul. So yeah, I feel this is one of the major things they're trying to figure out. Your connection may have inspired them to think more in terms of like soul purpose or life mission or something like that, spiritual mission or spiritual purpose. And they may be, you know, some of them, they may have been in some kind of career which was practical, but it wasn't fulfilling them on a deeper level. And there may be this transition going on. This may be why there's like concerns relating to money or things like that. And just trying to, you know, work out what they could do in terms of spiritual mission, but also juggle that with it being practical or something like that. Or confusion, like, do I keep working in something practical? Will that take away too much time for me to focus on my spiritual side of life? And all things like that. So the final card here is, the past is now behind you. Release it and embrace new possibilities. A new path is now available to you. Follow it with faith. So yeah. So major transition has occurred, and they're in this in-between stage of like, where do I go next? What do I invest in? What decisions do I make? What action do I take? So I'm going to look much more deeply into these energies of this person and what their intentions are and what's going to happen in a extended reading on Vimeo. So the link for that video is in the description below this video. So I really hope to see you over on Vimeo. And if you've liked this reading and it's really resonated, then please like, share and subscribe. And if you subscribe, please tap the bell icon and that will notify you every time I release a new reading. So thank you so much, and I really hope to see you over on Vimeo. So this is set of cards number 3, which is the chakra stones. And this is the Green Witch Tarot, but I also have 2 Lovers Oracle cards as well. So what are the intentions of this person towards you? We have the Lovers, the 6 of Swords, the Page of Swords in reverse, the 5 of Pentacles in reverse, the Devil, and the 5 of Wands in reverse. So clarifying, we have the Tower, the 2 of Cups, the 6 of Wands, the King of Swords, the 6 of Cups, and Harvest. So we also have look inside of yourself and manifesting miracles. So what are the intentions of this person? Well, we start off with the Lovers card. So they definitely see you as someone highly significant to them. They see you as their soulmate or their twin flame. They want this loyalty with you, is what I'm feeling with these 2 dogs as well. You know, they see you as their best friend, but, you know, so much more than that, so much deeper than that. But this is clarified by the Tower. So there's been some major like upheaval is what I'm feeling. And if you are twin flames, then it's on purpose that the universe steps in and creates these Tower moments. You know, your reflections of each other, and so there's supposed to be this triggering of the shadow side in order to bring it up to the surface to be healed and released, because that shadow, that conditioning, that illusion is what's blocking you from having this harmonious like connection and union of this Lovers card. So something had to happen. There may have been some codependency between you. You may have been looking to each other and become a little bit emotionally like reliant on the other person for your sense of happiness and wholeness within. But it's like the universe was needing you to, it's like your souls deep down were wanting you both as individuals to be happy and whole within. So that codependency that you had may have created some false sense of like security, you know, like that codependency does, like holding on too tightly. But codependency comes from a place of fear. So that fear was lurking deep down within your connection, within both of you as individuals is what I'm feeling. So deep down there was these fears, fear of loss, fear of abandonment, fear of rejection from the other person. And, you know, you couldn't fully be free. You couldn't fully have this deep unconditional love as long as there was these fears underneath. That was blocking you both from being at a high enough vibration in order to have like this true union with each other. So the universe had to step in, and I feel for a lot of you it created a separation between you. This is the 6 of Swords. This is like reluctantly or regretfully like moving on, moving forward. But I don't feel as though this person's fully moved on from you. I feel there's been this time of separation that's needed. Maybe both of you even understand on certain levels that there needs to be this time of going inwards right now. Because interestingly on this deck it just shows the man on his own, because normally it shows the man, woman and child, but he's just on his own with his horse. But it's all about moving away from the choppy waters to the calmer waters. So as individuals, it's, you know, releasing those fears. And you may have had to go through this separation in order to, you know, that was the one thing that was going to release your fear of separation. overall. It was making you face that fear by actually having it happen or seemingly happen on some level. But it's forced you both to face the fear. This person's reluctantly going inwards or moving away from you at this time, but really, deep down they're wanting this, the Two of Cups. They're wanting harmony. They're wanting you to walk through this door together. So there's a few steps left within yourselves as individuals, and with both of you together, a few steps in ascension before you can walk through that door, the new beginning together. That's what I'm feeling. So one of you or both of you may have had issues with revealing your true self or communicating your true self. You both may have wanted victory in your connection, but if you had some codependency going on, then perhaps both of you are wearing some kinds of masks or trying to be what you thought the other wanted you to be because of a fear of loss, a fear of abandonment and rejection. And so that wasn't you truly being your true selves. That was like the tower, the walls around you that was blocking your light, blocking your truth. And as mirrors, it would have been both of you doing that on some levels, even if it just felt like it was the other person. For some, there could have been with this Page of Swords in reverse, there could have been some naivety, like this person or you wanting to wear some kind of mask when it comes to the people you're around in your day-to-day life. You may have been, wanting to fit in, wanting to be looked up to. But for a lot of you, I do feel this is between you and this person. That you put each other on a pedestal. The other looked up to you, you looked up to them. And it was kind of feeding the ego a little bit. Not totally, but there was this aspect where it was feeding the ego, the false sense of self. And that's what needed to break down. Something may have happened that really shocked both of you. It humbled you to release the ego side of this. And really mature into the truth, the deep soul connection. So there may have been some kind of ego death, which often brings a lot of pain, initially, because we take it personally. But it's now you're both seeing the bigger picture, because, you're both looking inside of yourself. Examine what is causing you to feel this way. There's been this time of separation now for you both to have this introspection. So there's the Five of Pentacles in reverse and the King of Swords. So I feel like this person, because they didn't speak their truth, and because if you were wearing masks as well, you weren't fully being true, it was creating this separation between you anyway. It's creating blocks. And you both felt left out in the cold in one way or another. If you were trying to be the perfect divine feminine, because this happens a lot, and I'm just saying this as well because I did this too. As a divine feminine, you can feel everyone's looking up to you, you know best, you know more than the divine masculine, and you're quite happy to sit on that throne, to sit on that pedestal that they're looking up to you from. And yeah, it may have got a little bit too much, the ego got involved. And so they could see clearly that you weren't being your true self with them either. So you both felt left out in the cold. And like I said, maybe one or both of you were choosing to appear really successful and were worrying about what people around you thought. So you were more worried about wearing that mask than being your true self. And perhaps it felt like you or they chose these other people over being authentic with you, and maybe you felt like an outsider, or like they were pushing you away through just not being their true self. But deep down, this person is feeling like they really want to speak their truth now with this King of Swords. And there's these letters here that he's receiving. I feel like behind closed doors, this person's receiving a lot of intuition, and may have been for a long time. It's like these letters from the divine were kind of stacking up, but they may have been ignoring them, or just putting them to one side, or saying, I'll follow my intuition when I feel ready. But they were procrastinating and they kept putting it off, or something like that. But now it's like they're really going inwards. They really are looking inside of themselves. And they're feeling left out in the cold, but at the same time, they're realising that perhaps having this kind of outward success or ego success, wearing their masks, is not truly fulfilling. I feel their intention is to one day like communicate their truth, but they don't know how to at this time. So here's this Devil card. In this Green Witch Tarot, it shows the person is crouching down in front of this trap. This person's been very afraid to take any steps forward. They've been very cautious in case they get trapped in something where they feel like it could hurt them. That's what all these masks and walls have been about. And again, this could be you as well. If this other person's been emotionally unavailable, again, that's a reflection of your own emotional unavailability. Sometimes we can find someone highly seductive if they are like emotionally unavailable, because deep down that allows us to kind of have a relationship, but without the true commitment, without having to truly be close and open and vulnerable ourselves either, because the person isn't there for you to have a chance to do that or be that. So subconsciously, that's like your comfort zone. Kind of having it, but without the true commitment, the true intimacy, the true vulnerability. So you may have been fearful. This, to me, this is kind of like when people are always chasing someone that's not there for them. And yet, if there are people like love interests who are available to them, then they're like not interested in them. They find that boring, and they're afraid of getting trapped or being tied down. But often that's a reflection of your own emotional unavailability, chasing after someone else who's unavailable. So this may have been that kind of dynamic where you had each other in some kind of ways, but not like it hadn't fully manifested. Like you're both investing too much in the fantasy like version of your connection, but at the same time there's this true deep love soul connection between you, but it was kind of getting lost behind the masks and the blocks and the fears on both sides. I feel this person is actually happy that there's this unbreakable bond with you, but there is still a lot of the shadow side and fear attached. But deep down they feel this true love and reconciliation, like they feel like they've met their twin flame or their soulmate when it comes to you. With this Six of Cups. This is also a card which to me represents the innocence of your connection. No matter what happened, deep down, it's like there's this innocence within both of you. Overall, I feel that you are walking hand in hand, like energetically, you're on the same alignment. Even if there's a physical separation right now, you're like walking home down this path together. The path home. But look, I always find this interesting that he's got that bird in a cage. It's like there's some part of him that's caged up. And that's interesting because that's right underneath this devil one with a trap. So something inside him is trapped, and it's a bird. It's like he's carrying his truth around with him. Perhaps this person maybe was someone else. But it's like they got this truth inside of them that they're afraid to let out of the cage, you know, afraid to express. 5 of Wands in reverse. So this person's still, I feel, is trapped by their fear quite a lot. And interestingly, there's this manifesting miracles. In this 5 of Wands, they're coming together to cast this spell or manifest something. What I'm feeling with this in reverse is their energies are kind of all over the place. Like part of them's wanting to manifest this miracle. Your dream is soon to become reality. So like I said, there may have been some kind of fantasy element or daydreaming or kind of having each other on some level but not fully committing on either ends. But there was always like this dream within both of you of it fully manifesting and becoming this real connection on all levels. Your dream is soon to become reality. Trust your heart and continue to follow its guidance. So yeah, manifesting and taking root like this tree in the earth, in the 3D. But with this 5 of Wands in reverse, I feel like it's like a confusion of energy, like partly wanting this, but then the subconscious fears of true intimacy blocking it. So there's been some kind of manifestation, but it's not fully manifested. But it's like deep down they're wanting this full manifestation. They're wanting this harvest. But there's this need to look deeper inside of self to see what this block, subconscious block is. It's blocking this manifestation, blocking this union on all levels. So I'm going to look much more deeply into this in an extended reading on Vimeo. And that link and the link to that video is in the description box below this video. And I'm going to look into what this person's intentions are, what's happening between you, and what's going to happen. So I'd love to see you over in Vimeo. And if this video has resonated with you, then please like, share and subscribe. And if you do subscribe, then please tap the bell icon and that will notify you every time I release a new reading. So I really hope to see you over on Vimeo. Thank you so much.